And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz, and I'd like to welcome you to the INKWATER Marsh here in Ori and the Will of the Wisps, where tragedy has struck, and we've now been separated from our best friend Ku in light of a giant thunderstorm, and we're now stranded in new territory without a means to attack or defend ourselves. And unfortunately, as much as I'd like to continue heading that way, it's probably in our best interest to head east and try to find him, especially as the real Ori decides that he wants to go and beat up Pixel, but that's a story for another day. For now, we're going to start learning a little bit about the mechanics and what this game has to offer, starting with the Life Orb. Collect these to restore Ori's life. Feels very unusual to be saying that when you've been calling your pet kitten Ori for the better part of the past 2 years, and to only mean it from this little creature is just unbelievable. And then, of course, we have small spirit light containers, which can be traded to friendly creatures from various items and upgrades. It's definitely something you want to aspire to collecting, and it'll make life much easier on yourself. Now, if we head over here, you'll find that we are besieged by a bundle of twigs, and we cannot progress. So instead, we're going to go and destroy the environment. And also, very luckily, avoid death by skewer of tree trunk. Again, being foiled by these damn sticks is just going to be a story of our life. So we'll try to continue as much forward as we can, because the game is going to teach us about, you know, falling through platforms. But maybe I want to go over here and grab more spirit light. How's that sound? And then, yeah, it's just your general, you know, platforming standard fare. Not really a whole lot to do about it. If we head over here, you'll have a seemingly empty abode of sorts. This appears to be inhabited by a creature who's not present, so we'll come back later. Just remember it's there and good things will happen. So yeah, let's keep on going, and I hope we can get as much of this recorded today as possible. I'm not entirely sure how much I plan on doing today, but I would definitely like to play through casually instead of, you know, for videos. Over here we have an enemy, and unfortunately we don't have a way to thwart him until, check it out, ladies and gentlemen, we have the power of fire, and we can also attack and destroy with a fiery vengeance, and it is so incredibly satisfying to destroy enemies with the torch, because look at that power. And we also found an energy orb, which will restore Ori's energy, which is not something we need right now. He is absolutely full of it. And unfortunately, there isn't really a way to exert that energy quite yet. But considering how flashy these animations and attacks are, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell when you actually get hit. So that's something that I might find myself accidentally have happen to me, is just getting hit and not realizing it. But here we have ourselves a spirit gate, and unless we have the prerequisited number of keystones, we won't be able to advance. So we're gonna have to go and track those down. But first, this slug, oh, he is gonna take some burn damage, which is also a great side effect of this wonderful weapon we found. We can't get through that, but fortunately, big old bundle of sticks, you're done. I've had enough of you. We have spiky thorns. Definitely want to avoid those unless you want, you know, spikes on your feet. And also over here we have one of the coolest models that I've seen in this game so far, is our friend Takir, the bird, and the way that his feathers are just fluffing in the wind, in the cool breeze. He just looks so badass. I don't know, man. I love this guy. Huh. No. Yes, definitely across the waters. This is not my territory. Oh, what a kind soul. Yeah. That is extremely convenient. Sure, I accept our first quest, which is finding the missing key, and if we press select, we'll be able to take a look at our map, which not only tells us the completion of, you know, the areas that we have filled in, but it'll tell us our new objective. So our reward is one something. I don't know what it is, but there's some really cool things that you can look at through here. You can focus on Ori, you can zoom in, you can see where you just were, and it's really cool. You know, nice little details here that are telling you, hey, dummy, you walked right past these. Did you already forget about those? And in most cases, yeah, we're gonna have to be bypassing a lot of these just for lack of a ability or skill that we don't have yet, because if you take a look at our spirit shards, as well as our inventory, there is a hell of a lot of things to collect in this game. It's borderline absurd, but it definitely makes for a riveting experience, no doubt. But we'll get into a little bit more of that later as we go and climb up the walls here, and ooh, beautiful. So what is down here? I think this is just a dead end or something. Ori is now kicking a straw along the floor. You might be able to hear that. And now Pixel's coming in to harass him because she always has to stir the pot. So yeah, just the incredibly flashy animations kind of make it a little bit hard to see when you're getting closer, especially when Ori's continually, you know, going forward as he attacks. So let's go jump over here, and I don't want you to fall off, but I do want you to take some damage. If you hit him off the edge here, I think there's a bunch of like spike weed. So yeah, we can't quite reach that upper little cliff there, so let's go land here. And this is something you're gonna be seeing a lot of through this game, and even in the previous one, there's just a lot of like weird jumps that you have to make. So we're fine for now. But if we head over here, nice. Okay, so you'll notice the little saving icon in the corner. Those are basically autosaves, and you're gonna be using quite a lot of them. It's very easy to die in this game. Okay, here we go. Our first aggressive enemy who's gonna try to murder the hell out of us. We gotta keep him back with our torches and not let him attack us, because enemies on hard mode. Oh, this guy only does one. There we go, finished. And that causes the door to open, so thankfully we were able to take him out. Now, did he give me health back? I can't make my way back up. Did I not get hurt by that? I could have sworn I did. But of course, we have the Tomb Raider method of getting rid of our torch, and that's by going through a waterfall. Now, blue moss, for whatever reason, allows us to climb right on through it and on it, and it's good. If we try to head over here, unfortunately, no way to combat this dude, because, you know, we lost our ability to kick the hell out of giant slugs. It was a sad day in paradise. Ori hasn't had to fight a blue slug in over 24 years. It's been a long time, man. Alright, now up here, what is this again? You're gonna give me something good, right? Oh yeah, you're the Keystone, that's right. Alright, different spirit gates may require a different number of Keystones. Good to know. Now that means we get to head on back, talk to our... Okay, sorry about that. I had like a really bad cough there for a second. I don't know what happened. I've hardly been talking, and here I am, getting my ass kicked by the corona. Alright, so let's move on and possibly not get killed by a giant slug, because we have no way to defend ourselves, and make our way back to the baddest of asses. How's it going, Mr. Talk? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't recall you ever saying you would actually hand one over. Yeah. Cool. So with that, we've collected all pieces of the key, and we're now able to continue forward and hopefully not die. That is generally a good experience to have. Although, not being able to attack things gives me a little bit of anxiety, but that's alright. There are plenty of things in this world that are more deserving of my anxiety and nervousness than that. So with that, door is opened, and prepare for a fight, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be on. But first, a quick dip in the water. One of my favorite methods of navigation in the first game was the swimming. It is so good, so acute in this version And it's just so nicely done, and I don't know, man, it is a joy to swim in this game. And as someone who already generally enjoys swimming in most games, I would just say that, you know, this is amongst the best. So, more health there. That was a big life orb, which means we're in for something. I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, we need to run. This is bad. Oof. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first boss encounter with the Growler himself. For some reason, making contact with him does more damage than actually getting hit by him, as you can tell. It's kind of unusual, but get back out of my corner, sir. So keep your distance and don't get bit. Otherwise, you're gonna be in for a world of hurt. Ugh. With that, we did it. We kept him at bay, and it was the closest of calls. So I guess his name was Howl, and not Howler, but whatever. Oh, hey, it's my weekly quest ready to turn in. Thank you. Thank you so much. But man, we did a number on this place. Whew. And if we head over here, hold on. Ah, perfect. A couple of those, and if we're also even more careful, there's, you know, different places to drop down to, but obviously, game wants us to land here in Howl's Den. And although this would be the perfect place to end things off, there's not really a whole lot to do here quite yet. So instead, let's keep on heading in deeper into the Beast Den. And, ooh, there's those cute little kitten things over there. And if I, wait, is there health down here? There is. I will take it, please. Unfortunately, uh-oh, can I not jump on that way? I have a tendency to accidentally jump into things that might kill me, so I'll try to avoid that. But for now, this should look familiar to anyone who's played Ori and the Blind Forest. Let's investigate. That, ladies and gentlemen, we've obtained Spirit Edge. With the left trigger, we can go ahead and activate or assign this to whatever button we'd like out of, you know, the 3 face buttons that are available. And this will allow us to attack at close range with a Blade of Light. And if that doesn't sound badass enough, just wait till we try it out. So here we go, our first method of offense. Look at that. Look at that. This guy, he has no idea what's coming. There it is. Oh, so good. Now, you want to be careful because those variety of enemies will splint off their little needlers off their bodies, and it is generally not a fun time to deal with that. But, ladies and gentlemen, next time on Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I'll join you here as we put our new Spirit Edge to good use because, good God, I told you, flashy, incredible animations galore will befall the next series of videos, alright, as we make our way back through the Howl's Den and see what awaits us, alright? I'll see you guys next time.